Hello everyone, I'm Chester44, also known as Falai, and welcome to this Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. Last episode, we managed to successfully defeat all three of the chosen groups and become the champion of the hunt. And when we went to speak with Toamawai, we ended up here. Well, this is certainly concerning. Let's see what we're going to find in this place.
It's time. The axe is sharp. She won't feel a thing.
No, please. This one is my friend. There are other sows. Why not slaughter them?
Huh.
The other sows will be eaten too. If we are to survive the winter, there must be a fat larder and few mouths. Come, enough of this childishness.
Well, that's a thing.
Why not?
Each tusk is as smooth as driftwood. The blood is still wet. Oh! Crowned in a stylized boar helm, a starved and sinewy Amawa kneels in quiet contemplation. All manners of scars and burns festoon their arms, and stringy, unkempt hair dribbles from the collar of their helmet.
You fight with the fury of Toamawai in all his forms.
Yeah, we're real impressive. So who in Malcolm's name are you?
I am Uruke the Surviving Face. I wish that I could welcome you under better circumstances. I wish to see you return to your proper place. But the other faces conspire against us.
Sorry about your pig.
My pig? Ah. Watchers all see the past and present of souls muddled as one. I appreciate the condolence. She was a good friend, but only the first of many I outlived.
So, who are you exactly?
I came to this island when I was very young. It was a time of chaos and suffering throughout the Deadfire. I enjoyed the remainder of my life in this inhospitable place. A very long life. All of it spent as nature would will it. Now I am as you see me, the most enduring of the faces of the hunt.
And what are the faces of the hunt?
We are talons shared upon one clawed hand.
Okay, enough with the metaphors.
Though possessed of our own names, our own eyes and minds, we have united in purpose.
That don't exactly explain things.
Thank you, Jody.
We serve Toamawai and care for his crucible.
And where exactly am I?
This is Toamawai's domain. One of the great hunter's many dens in the beyond. Here, the souls of those who fought and died in his honor may rest until the time of need, when Toamawai will absorb their cunning and feast on their might. Though you could not walk there from here, you are, in a fashion, still on Kazuwari. This place exists within and beneath its great statue. From here, we oversee the Crucible Games.
And how would I return to the here?
Wahami, the Slaying Face, has destroyed the flow of souls.
Oh! The slaying face decided to slay.
To leave this place, you must subdue him. His desecration must be undone.
And why have you brought me here?
It was not me who lured you here.
They raise a single bony finger in correction.
The others would use you to escape this place. They mistake it for a prison. I would prefer that be prevented.
Huh.
If the faces got free of their statue, we'd be unleashing a three-headed monster on the Deadfire. But that might bring the bloodshed in the Crucible to an end, too.
He chews on a thick knuckle, looking away. And how did the slaying face destroy the flow of souls? Aruke points to what at first appeared to be a stalactite and stalagmite of Audra, nearly touching. The chunks of essence-rich stone floating around it leave little doubt this was once a singular pillar.
Wahami shattered the spine of souls. Now, those who perish in the Crucible do not move on to meet the wheel.
Ah, that's why I've been unable to send them to it.
They clog this place, or they linger above. Regardless, they wail and rage. It seems utter madness to violate this place. But now I know he longs to escape, or perhaps only to avenge himself on Tuamawai. Perhaps your arrival is the Hunter God's reply.
Why should I trust anything you're telling me?
Trust is for prey. But ignore my words and you will remain here forever.
Makes sense. Wahami seeks to escape, but you do not. Why?
Leave this place? How then would I serve Tuamawai? He chose me to embody his will to survive. And it is a role I shall proudly enact for all eternity.
Gallowayne actually warned me away. He sent you a giant lizard instead.
Then he has decided to punish us all. Strange to have so little time after having had so much. Wahami's grip on the flow of souls must be loosened. After that, well, you are a Watcher.
Indeed.
I hope that you know more of these things than I do, and can repair the damage the Slaying Face has wrought. Axika, the Seeking Face, also resides in this place. She may know how best to handle Wahami. If not, then the Slaying Face will certainly understand violence. Indeed. I'm sure he'd prefer it.
Most likely. Answer some questions for me. I'm still trying to make sense of this.
It would be stranger if all of this seemed normal to you. How may I enlighten?
I wish to know more about this place.
Tuamawai's realm is not easily understood. Ask, and I will attempt to explain.
The soul sits almost motionless, awaiting your questions in tranquil silence. If this is Tuamawai's realm, where is Tuamawai?
Do you not see his ribs, his eyes, his blood? This place is Tuamawai.
Aruke spreads out their arms, their head tilted back.
I wonder if this is what those souls all reaped up by Gone feel like.
His presence surrounds us. Listen, and you will hear his roars and purrs. But since the shattering of the spine of souls, he has grown quieter.
Are we inside the pool of memories?
We are within the heart of the Crucible. The pool of memories was simply the entry. If you are trying to figure out where you are, the closest answer is that your soul resides within the statue of the faces of the hunt.
Gotcha.
I think that means we can summon up a fight? Wait, we ain't a talking statue too now, are we?
You know what? That's a reasonable question. What exactly do you do here that serves your god?
Our task is to sing the Crucible into action, providing the means for a true contest of skill.
Pretty sure this one's not telling you the whole truth, Watcher.
Constantine narrows his eyes, scrutinizing Aruke.
Though we conjure opponents for the contest, we do not control them, nor interfere in battle. To meddle would defeat this place's purpose. How can we say the best hunter is the best if the hunt is staged?
You know what? That's honestly fair and understandable. I need to know more about you and the others who dwell in this place.
Then ask, and perhaps I can lead you to clarity.
So when Humaire spoke of the souls being out of harmony, she was sensing the three of you squabbling?
I suspect she sensed the disruption in the flow of souls after Wahami made his mark.
Aruke points to the fractured Audra pillar.
I fear the slow death of this place, or the wrathful return of Toamawai, should the spine remain broken.
And exactly how many of you are in here?
All who die in the Crucible pass through this place. But only the three of us, Wahami, Axika, and I, remain to honor the Hunter God. Since Wahami damaged the pillar, I have spotted momentary glimpses of other souls. Lost, wayward, and transient. I imagine this will continue until the souls can properly return to the wheel.
Were there other faces before you arrived?
No. Always the three of us. I can't recall a time without the others. Perhaps Wahami believes he can burden you with his role as the slaying face and escape this place.
Huh.
I assumed such a thing impossible, but he's determined to try.
I've heard enough.
Tuamawai guide your hunt.
Aruke's form blurs into a soft light and departs towards the southwest. Interesting. The flow of mist and water is strong here. So we'll see the seeking face below.
Belongs to my empire. All will be built according to my command.
Worry not, Your Majesty. Our nation has supplied Kazuwari with the best architects to have ever graced Deora. The site will be a marvel for the ages.
There will be no debate. This place will be built by Huana hands and minds, or not at all. I will hear no more of it.
I am certain a compromise can be found. If I might be dismissed, I will notify my superiors at once.
Numerous spider eyes glisten with moisture as they observe you.
And here. Make certain you lay them deep. The floor will inevitably sustain damage, and we can't have someone seeing the conduits.
I can build it however you want, but if they find out, they'll never trust us again. Our work at Ukaizo would be doomed.
Oh.
What if Wano workers visit the site when we're laying the stone? What if someone...
Ukaizo will mean nothing if we cannot prove out our theories here and now. You worry about the masonry. I'll worry about the Huana.
Oh. She's in Gwithin. The flowing hair and gown of Exika flutter slowly despite the lack of wind in this corner of the Beyond. Her face and features appear more defined here, and you see now her rigid posture and wrinkles forged by decades of worry and frustration.
Welcome, champion. I wish this were the reward you deserve, but the work of the righteous seeker is never easy, I'm afraid, nor ever complete. You stand within the Crucible's heart. As one of the stewards of this place, it pains me to admit that you've caught us in a state of floundering weakness.
She points to the massive pillar that runs through the seemingly infinite landscape. Who are you exactly?
Besides the seeking face, you mean? I am Axica. I designed the Crucible. I am responsible for it.
Ah, the soul of an ancient animancer. Fantastic.
He crosses his arms. I take it the broken pillar is to blame for the unquiet souls Humaire mentioned.
In his desperate flailing to escape, Wahami smashed the pillar. Now the flow of souls through this place is choked, and the Crucible doomed. But now you're here, and I imagine the gods follow on your heels.
Well, the actual Galawain is on his way here with a very big lizard.
That is not ideal.
She runs a hand through the ghostly translucence of her hair, a look of concern visible even on her wispy face.
By severing the Crucible's connection to the rest of the Beyond, Wahami has limited Galawain's influence on Kazuwari. I can only imagine that he has sent an agent to reclaim it by force. His beast will drench Kazuwari in blood. But first, he will destroy this statue and all within it, the two of us included.
Arms crossed, Axica taps her foot with frustration.
Another reason, Watcher, why you must stop Wahami.
You use the name Galawain when others use Tawamawai. Why?
Tawamawai was a mythic figure among the ancient Huana, a great three-headed monster, the greatest of all predators. We featured it prominently in our designs here on Kazuwari, in part to appease their overbearing king. Over time, Galawain bent the figure to his purposes. He may have stolen its identity, but in doing so, he granted it a kind of godhood.
I see. Why didn't you want the Huana knowing your true plans for this place?
What do you mean?
Before you appeared, I saw a glimpse of your past. You spoke to a king as well as your assistant.
Ah, yes. I should remember I am speaking to a Watcher. When we conceived of the Crucible, we were on the cusp of several major breakthroughs in our study of the soul and the beyond. The Huana, however, did not share our interests. As a result, much of this place was constructed in secret, away from their attention. That the Crucible's true nature remains hidden to this day, I take a measure of pride in it.
The lie that keeps on killing. What an achievement.
You could say it was made in your image, in a manner of speaking.
I don't see how. How long ago was this all built, and what sort of inspiration did Watchers like me provide?
A Watcher can seek souls in the in-between, but more curiously, those souls can see them back. The mechanism within the Crucible attempts to replicate that signaling property, only without a mortal body that is susceptible to death or disease. Every hunter chases Galawain in their own way. Mine was to have Galawain come to me.
So this place is one giant trap for the souls of those who lose at combat.
Do I hear an accusation in your words?
I'll say nothing.
To a hunter, or a god of hunting, the term trap is no pejorative. But yes, we designed the Crucible to capture the essence of those who met defeat here, and some of the power of the victorious.
It feeds off the living too?
It does not allow those energies gathered or expelled by the contenders to go to waste. Within the Crucible, today's hunters may learn, firsthand and without coddling, the lessons that slew hunters of the past.
And this soul collection, is that somehow to blame for the island's oversized wildlife?
That this place also serves as an island of bounty proved an unintended but desirable outcome. You may have noticed that Kazuwari is overrun with beasts of unusual size. Animals touched by Galawain.
Once or twice.
Such creatures were not of this island prior to the Crucible's construction.
So it is the result of it. Let's discuss something else. The spirit looks you up and down, but says nothing. Have others left their posting here, or is Wahami's attempt the first?
No. We were the first set to this task.
A slight frown mars her spiritual features.
Always us three. I cannot imagine it any other way. It may not even be possible to leave. But Wahami will try.
Need to know more.
This is no typical temple to Gallowayne. It was designed to advance our understanding of soul manipulation. Actually, the talents of the Watchers inspired aspects of its design.
Okay, we've been through that. I will deal with Wahami.
Know that he lives up to his role as the slaying face. Be on your guard, Watcher. And good luck.
Okay then. So then. We are to defeat Wahami and restore this place's connection. Well, let me drop down a save and then we'll go for Wahami. Alright, Wahami. Time for us to talk. All the ways he slew. Okay then. The slaying face's form coalesces around his crackling smile. Though the spirit's features lack the fine details of a living visage, his razor-sharp teeth appear bright, opaque, and far more solid than anything else in this realm.
Axika's Spiderling finally arrives. You hunt well, champion. Your fury pleases Tuamawai, as does the blood you have spilled in his name. Your strength and fury will live forever. You will speak for Tuamawai. You will become as a god.
I'm flattered, but I must decline.
What? But it is the will of Tuamawai, the greatest honor any hunter can ever hope to earn. You have earned this prize. You have earned eternal life. Take it!
If you want to escape, why did you break the pillar?
I needed the souls of the vanquished to fill this place, to gorge on them, and ready myself for the trials to come. But most importantly, I knew the broken pillar would bring you. A lure that would attract only a Watcher. You will fix the River of Souls.
Wahami points toward the broken Adra pillar.
And we gaze into each other as only Watchers can. Until I wear your living hide, and you walk the heavens. When I walk in your body, I will adapt, will be free, will hunt Eora once more!
Is that even possible?
Seems a bit early in y'all's courtship for that.
You really ought to keep those kinds of thoughts to yourself, friend.
Ain't nobody ever taught you how to ask politely?
And if I refuse?
Would be easier if you relent. But Tuamawai would not disapprove if we settled this by force. I've always enjoyed an actual challenge. I will best you, will hold you to the ground.
And I have a lot of questions.
Yes, would expect as such. I bash better than I talk. But I will try to answer clearly. So, what is it?
As I approached, I saw a memory. Was it an image of your death?
Which one?
The soul folds his arm as he spits the words.
I have seen much. Maybe too much. Am Watcher to others, but am also Watcher to self. I can see many of my deaths from before Wahami was Wahami.
Aloth frowns. He opens his mouth as if to speak, but says nothing. So you are awakened to your past lives. When did that first happen?
When I was more boy than man. Would dream of past lives. and past deaths.
All of them at the Crucible on Kazawari?
Of course! Greatest slayer must be born among greatest hunting trails.
Constantine flicks his eyes between you and Wahami, seeming to almost vibrate with nervous energy. Something about this doesn't sit right with him. You should make peace with this role you've rightfully earned.
Make peace?
He shakes his head in a large, arcing motion.
Tuamawai teaches all to struggle for better. I will not be denied the thrill of the living chase any longer.
Enough questions, we have a matter to settle.
Yes, and Watcher has come to an answer.
One of us has to relent, and it's not going to be me.
So we must settle this with strength. Tuamawai would have it no other way.
His spiritual muscles bulge with puissance.
Hang on now. Should probably find out what's going on here before we start throwing our weight around.
Excuse me, I need to contemplate some things before making my decision.
What is there to consider? Perhaps you need a moment to grieve? That is understandable. Return when you're done crying and ready to accept fate.
Yes, we will in a You two will speak with me, will you? Perhaps we should speak with them.
You return.
The soul of Exika nods at your approach, bowing slightly in a cordial salutation.
What would you have of me?
Wahami thinks he can leave the beyond in my body.
It is a surprisingly interesting idea. Especially given that you are a Watcher.
Is escape even possible?
Theoretically. Though I highly doubt it. Wahami will not listen to my words, however. I suspect he will only respect force.
If not through me, then through what?
Ultimately, it's less a matter of how he leaves than what he leaves behind. Nature abhors a vacuum. Any attempt to leave one here will tear Wahami apart. If he is to escape, he must leave something in his place. Something of significant spiritual puissance. Whatever suffered such a fate, however, would become enslaved by Galawain's will.
Can't say I like the sound of that.
They would lose themselves, subsumed into the role of the faces of the hunt. Wahami will not listen to my words, however. I suspect he will only respect force.
And why should me being a Watcher matter?
Theoretically speaking, you bridge the gap between the physical world, the here, and the metaphysical world. Wahami was a Watcher in life. He may know something I do not.
Back to my other questions.
Would you have this? Actually, you could say it was made in your
nothing
image,
else I can learn here.
In a patient.
And let's see what the surviving face has to say about all this. But I have a feeling we're probably going to need to fight him.
Watcher?
Wahami seems certain that this ends with either me trapped or in bloodshed. Help me convince him otherwise.
The slaying face is nothing if not predictable. There might be some way to appeal to his pride, however.
I am left with little choice but to destroy Wahami.
Though we are united in service of Tuamawai, I fear that for the Crucible to survive, this must be done. Perhaps conflict is inevitable, but I beseech you to seek another route.
Wait a moment, I'll be
Where
back.
would I go when you're...
Okay, I need to think about this. It seems there is another way, but I'm missing something. I'm going to end this episode here, and next episode we'll see how we can deal with Wahami. Till then, I am Chester44, I'll send in his Falai. That is Laniara, Adair, Jolty, Constantine, and Alof. This has been a Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire, and I shall see you all next time.